see the brand I'd like to use on this page, you also have to be aware that our SDK is available for you guys to integrate third-party IP cameras that we currently don't support. Okay? And let's talk about some analytics, actually. I've broken it down into two portions. One part is going to be our active analytics, things that you use on a daily basis, okay? Things that you would adjust on a daily basis and improve your viewing quality. You also have passive analytics, things that you run in the background, basically to give you backup support, and it only notifies the user when something actually happens. Active analytics. The first one I'd like to talk about is picture-in-picture. This is a dynamic way of viewing your cameras. It has the ability to create 7 partitions within one screen. And this can be used on analog cameras, but it's enhanced by IP cameras, actually. And basically, it has the same functionality of a PTZ camera. You can zoom in, zoom out, and left and right within one channel. And this is already embedded in our GV software. It's included for your use. And what's important about this is, as Bill said before, you have PTZ cameras, and they specifically zoom into certain areas. Now, with this software, you can zoom into certain areas and still record the main screen as well, so you can see what's around it. Let me show you what I'm talking about. On the top left-hand corner, you'll see the main screen, and what we've done is we actually zoomed into different parts of it with the picture-in-picture feature. And this is a representation of the VGA resolution, so you can use analog. But if you'll notice on the bottom right-hand corner, you'll see an exit sign, which may not be very clear. Now, if you were to use an IP camera, of course the resolution would be a lot higher, the picture would be a lot clearer, and so when you zoom in to these certain areas, you'll see a lot more detail. And the software is so easy to use. All you need to do is basically drag around those boxes, and you can zoom in and out with those boxes as well, so we got certain details. And again, this is embedded in the software, so this is what you get for free. The next analytic I would like to talk about is people counting, object counting. Now, you all probably have used this before in the past, but the important thing is to learn or know how to use it in certain situations to provide as a solution for your customer. And this product or this analytic basically tallies the number of persons that travel from one region to the next. You can find 2 regions within a screen. And we have one-way and two-way counting. And this basically gives you a report of how many people travel between those regions on a daily, weekly, and monthly basis per DVR and per channel. And this can be used for marketing material, or marketing statistics, traffic control, and Macy's uses it to make sure that their advertisements are actually doing their job, to make sure that they're affected by looking at the traffic through those cameras. And here's what it looks like on the screen. You define 2 regions, region 1 and 2. On the left-hand side, you define region 1 by the door and region 2 around the door, and then when it recognizes the object, it'll basically start calculating when it crosses from one region to the next. And here's an example of how it's being used in an overhead view or maybe traffic control. And so when they pass through those barrier, it'll start counting for you. Another analytic that I like to talk about is the digital matrix, which is new with 8.3. It basically allows you to support up to 8 displays per one system. That means that you can customize monitors 2 through 8 with any kind of configuration you want. You can drag and drop each channel to a specific grid, quad view, 16-channel view, even a spot monitor or a call monitor. And this is important because you provide a client, let's say, more professional monitoring station. Okay? And this is primarily used for better management of your channels. You know, it's hard enough to view 32 channels on one screen. If you divide it up to maybe 2, 4, 8 monitors, you'll have an easier way of monitoring your client's site. The client can have better access to monitors and stuff. This is one of our most important analytics, actually. It's called Panoramic View. You know, some people might have difficulty tracking persons or individuals under the matrix because of the way it's configured. When you attach cameras, you set the matrix, it's not configured so that you'll have easy access to these individuals. And this analytic basically lets you stitch multiple cameras together, either in a vertical or horizontal fashion. So as you can see on the top of the screen, we have a quad-view matrix. Now there's an individual wearing, let's say, a black and white shirt, and he's traveling from one direction to the next. But it may be more difficult to track him if there are two individuals there wearing the same clothing. Now if you're to stitch those cameras together, you'll know exactly where they are, where they're traveling to. It will give you a faster response time if, let's say, you want to direct security customer. And this can be applied to recorded video as well. Next up is video enhancement and video stabilization. These basically clear up the image and stabilize the image. The first one being enhancement. Clears up fog and smoke and enhances the video for better visibility by increasing the color as well as the sharpness. This can be applied to recorded video as well. And this might not be applicable for all of your customers, but for some, it may be a necessity. And the San Diego International Airport actually needed this analytics specifically, so that's why they purchased our product. Let me show you how dramatic visuals increase just by using this product. On the left-hand side, you'll see two channels that are kind of foggy or smoky, and with this analytic, it makes it a lot more clear, so you can see what's on the screen. Here's a clip, basically showing just how dramatic each enhancement is. So it moves snow, fog, rain, all that stuff can be minimized for better clarity. Now, video stabilization, should aim basically make sure that you have more stable visual of the scene, basically. This is primarily used for, let's say, vehicles or places near metro stations where there's a lot of vibration or extreme windy conditions. This can also be applied to record video. What it does is it basically makes the shaky camera or shaky video a lot stabler, so you can actually view the file and play back without any interruption. And again, this might not be applicable for everybody, but there might be certain customers that we have that might need this specific analytic. Next up would be the visual automation. Now, if you have installations where you have a lot of input and output devices for a client, that's great. But some of them may not have the ability to be too tech savvy, or may not be able to operate the software very easily. Now, with this visual automation, what you can do is you can put those input and output devices and represent them on the screen as the actual devices themselves. So you can box out certain areas and activate that specific item just by clicking on the screen. So this is primarily for less tech savvy individuals and or persons who want to activate, let's say, alarm systems or lights while they're actively viewing the channel. And so you can find two regions on the screen, or more actually. You can actually click on the screen itself while you're viewing it, and actively monitor those input and output devices. So again, this can be used for, let's say, turning on lights to deter theft and or determine alarms when you see something. Now we're going to talk about some passive analytics. These are, again, analytics that you would run in the background, that you'd have as backup support. You wouldn't actively monitor these analytics, but they do help you when they detect something. They usually activate when something dramatic happens. And the first one we're going to talk about is scene change detection. This is something that a lot of people take for granted. A lot of store owners don't really monitor their stores, and they might have, let's say, their DVR recording while they're doing their business. Now, if someone were to tamper with those cameras beforehand and to, let's say, maybe steal something, you can actually have this analytic protect you from people to protect you from people tampering with the cameras. And basically what it does is it recognizes when someone changes the angle of the camera, and when it does, it gives you an alert. And these alerts can be sent by, let's say, email, SMS, or by hotline. And so for those owners, store owners who can monitor their system all the time, this is a very helpful analytic to make sure